Hi everybody, this is Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw! And man, I've been having so much fun with Knockout City, and I just wanted to put out a quick video of some tips and tricks that could help new players, maybe even people who've been playing for a little while. Just some things to think about. No, I'm not a professional Knockout City player. I know there are quite a few of those out there, but I do think some of the stuff I'm going to bring up here will help a lot of you. And also, I'm not going to try to make this too long, even though I do like to ramble, and I'm rambling right now. Let's get into the tips. Here we go. My first tip is that you don't need to charge all of your throws. You can literally sneak up right behind someone and just throw the ball. They won't see that they're being targeted, and this is just a great way to get easy hits, I've noticed. People don't expect it. Everyone expects that when you have a ball, you're just standing there charging it up and throwing it the whole time. You do not need to do that. So sneak up behind them and throw. If it means anything to you, I kind of think of everything as like a different weapon, and to me that's like a shotgun. It's like a sneaky little shotgun, or it's kind of like a little dagger that you sneak up. See, I told you I was going to ramble. Next tip. My next tip seems pretty basic, but don't engage in a 3v1 encounter. I mean, look at this. I got 3 guys throwing balls at me, even though I was able to dodge into one of them and catch another. Just too much stuff is going at you. So if there are 3 people coming at you and your team's nowhere to be found, disengage, move on. Yes, you can come out of it looking like a hero, but it's not the best play. Get with your team and then re-engage the enemy. I kind of feel like a Navy SEAL talking about it like that. Get with your team, re-engage the enemy. Next tip. So my next tip is to throw the ball at the person who didn't just throw it to you. It seems, I don't know, kind of obvious, or maybe you don't even think about it. You're like throwing the ball back and forth, right? But that person is expecting you to rocket the ball right back at them. Instead, target the person who didn't throw it to you, who might be looking the other way. That person is actually going to get hit, as opposed to everybody else. So catch the ball and then switch targets up. Target a different enemy on the team. You'll often hit people with this. I'm surprised at how easy it is to hit people doing this. My next tip is to get around them and throw the ball in a weird position. So obviously facing them, you know when you're going to throw it. They probably know when you're going to throw it. As you can see, me and this guy just throwing it back and forth. That's not too useful. But if you kind of are around him, jumping around him, behind him, and then throwing a little lob ball in that sense, like it's really hard to avoid that when people are kind of moving around all sides, because you can't catch a ball that you can't face. So in a situation like that, especially when you outnumber someone, don't be afraid to get around them and start causing a little havoc before you throw, especially if you're above them and you throw a little lob shot. That seems to really nail people. My next tip is to vary up the way you're throwing and faking. So you can watch me in this little encounter here, and I'm faking a little bit, I'm throwing a little bit. Sometimes I just like to spin and not throw so that they kind of think I'm going to do something. That was actually a mistake right there. Should have thrown it, whatever. You'll notice like this bomb comes in and I thought, yeah, that's a great time to throw. They're not expecting it. And then they haven't expected me to throw right away this whole time because I've been holding and faking. So that's a great time to throw. Oh, I love that move that guy just did. That should be my next tip. You can dash right into someone's face. It's great. Oh, he does it again right there. Look at that. That's some strategy right there. I love watching that. That's the next tip. Dash right into a person's face. There's nothing wrong with it. My next tip is to calm down. Just have a little ice water in your veins. You don't need to catch the ball immediately. You don't need to throw the ball immediately. Just calm down. Wait for a second. They'll throw it. You don't need to throw right away. You start charging your ball up and people just start freaking out. They start like tapping the catch button, start dashing around. Don't worry about that. Just chill out. You'll throw when you're ready to throw, when they're not looking at you, or you'll catch the ball that they're throwing. You don't need to freak out. My next tip is about throwing in a 1v1. I really only do it once they bit on a fake out, or they just really don't expect me to throw because I've been so patient, or something wild happens. Like this wrecking ball hits him, and just for a second, I swear, this game is just full of tons of people who panic. So anytime something unexpected happens, I might just throw a ball real quick. You get a lot of hits that way. And I'm going to cap this video just with this final thought that I've kind of brought up earlier, but don't freak out about throwing. Let your opponents throw. Vary up what you're doing. If you just threw and your opponents have noticed that you're pretty methodical, throw again. Or if you're throwing a ton, chill, charge for a while. You will see them bite. And by that, I just mean they're going to flinch and try to catch a ball that's not even being thrown at them. So I hope some of that helped. Again, I'm not a professional, but I am the best player that's ever lived. Wait, record scratch, break screeching. Here we go. Okay, record scratch, breaks screeching. Join the crew, the Hot Boys. I don't know exactly how you find it, but join the Hot Boys crew. Pound 0949 on your dial. Or you can find me right there. I guess my KO City ID is Spraggles in space. I truly have no idea why that is the way that is. But that's what it is. So crew up. Let's do this. I love you. Thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know if you'd like more tips. I love you. I'll see you next time. Mwah.